All right, coming up, are you stuck in a negative self-talk loop?
A mindset coach is joining us live with tips from her new book to help shift your self-talk and remain true to yourself at the same time. Welcome back, everyone. We all do it from time to time. We belittle who we are, what we do, and what we stand for, and oftentimes we do it without even realizing it.
Well, we got a cure for that. Our next guest is a mindset coach helping others find a new approach to shifting our negative self-talk and patterns. Katie Horwitch is the founder of Women Against Negative Talk and newly published author of Want Yourself, Shift Your Self-Talk, and Unearth the Strength in Who You Were All Along. She joins us live. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so pumped to be here.
Calabasas kid, now living in New York. But, all right, so what exactly is self-talk and how can it be positive and negative?
Yeah, so I describe self-talk as the story that you're telling yourself about yourself 24/7 as you're walking through the world. And I love that you brought it up because a lot of people think of self-talk in this binary of positive or negative, but it's actually neither inherently good or bad. It's information. It's what we do with that information that informs what we do next.
And you have a lot of tips in your book. This book, 6 years in the making. What inspired you to write it?
Yeah, so the book is 6 years in the making. I've been doing this work for over a decade now. So I struggled with mental health issues, eating body-related disorders through my teens, early 20s. And do you remember the first Dove Real Bodies commercial, Dove Real Beauty commercial? It was all of the women who were standing and all ages, stages saying, love yourself, you're beautiful. So I saw that commercial while I was in the midst of my own struggle, and I thought, this is revolutionary. The fact that we can say to ourselves, we love ourselves, we're amazing. And then I also thought, okay, but then how do I get there? Where's the toolkit for people like me who can't necessarily look in the mirror and tell themselves, I love myself, I'm amazing, and believe it? And that's what launched the platform that I started and ultimately led to the book that we have here today.
So how do you replace the negative talk with the positive talk?
Yeah, so if we're talking about self-talk, as far as information goes, we've got to get underneath what's going on, the talk in the first place, because the talk is symptomatic. It's actually the self part that is going to make those real lasting changes happen.
And if someone's, I call it the loop, when you're just in the loop of negative talk and just kind of back and forth, how do we stop it?
Yeah, so when you're in that sort of negative self-talk spiral, it's really about honing in on the micro moments that might not even seem like they matter in the moment. In the book, I give a framework for how to do that, how to find, be, stay, and eventually want yourself. But the goal really is to be proactive, not reactive in those moments, so that you're reminding yourself that you're on your own side.
You also write and talk about self-like versus self-love. What's the real difference there?
Yeah, I love talking about this one. So a lot of us think of self-love, and we think that that means that we're supposed to like everything about ourselves all of the time. However, I talk about self-love more in terms of unconditional love. So if you think about the people, the beings in your life that you love unconditionally, you don't always agree with or like everything that they do, but that love is still present. And I believe that if we're able to make that shift and both can coexist, that's how we build that lasting self-trust that can drive us forward.
What I like about your book is that, a lot of times you can read things like this and it just sort of kind of goes in one ear out the other, but you have written exercises in here, like where you list out what you hate and dislike and then love and like, and then reflect on some of that.
The planned freak out, I think, is what you're talking about, the PFO.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a structured way to sort of freak out and then center yourself again. And what it does is it allows you to regain a sense of agency and control in the midst of the moment, while also refocusing and redirecting towards, okay, so what do I want to do about it? And how do I actually want to feel moving forward? Because it is hard. We can get stuck in that negative place.
Yeah. Well, thanks for writing it.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me.
Sure, yes.
Best explanation of those voices in your head I've ever heard.
Love it.
All right. Once again, Katie's new book, Want Yourself, Shift Your Self-Talk and Unearth the Strength in Who You Were All Along, is available wherever books are sold. And for more information on Katie, you can visit wantyourself.com. You can also follow her on Instagram at Katie Horwitch. Also, you have Women Against Negative Talk.
Yes.
Which I love, too.
Thank you.
Great. All right, Kai Goldberg, we love you.
We love you, too. Great words of wisdom right there. All right, everybody.